Okay, here we go. Well, yeah, hello everyone, good morning. Today we have a really cool topic, which is a German minimalist named Joachim Klöckner, and he is, no, Klöckner with a K. That's really difficult because the other name also exists. Anyway, he's a well-known guy here in Germany. I think when I started making minimalism videos, that was the first time I heard about him. And before that, I was kind of oblivious, and then I saw like 1 or 2 videos about him. The video that we're watching today is from a short documentary, but there's actually a better video, but it has a lot of music in it. So in order to avoid my channel getting stricken by the people that are necessary in any humanitarian project, copyright activists. In order to avoid that shit, we're not watching that video. We're watching another one with less or no music in it. But I think it's just as informative, and I just wanted to show you his lifestyle, his work, because I think it's really interesting. And I'm going to translate this video because obviously there is no English video. Mine is the first English video, I guess. So yeah, let's just watch it together, and then you can see for yourself if you think this guy is an inspiration to you, or you think that would be totally too extreme for you. As always, I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. Hear them? Yeah, read them, read the comments. And yeah, so let's go. Let's start the little video. This is him. And yeah, let's see.
Bin ich gar kein Minimalist, sondern ein Maximalist.
Basically he says, I'm not a minimalist, I'm a maximalist.
Weil mir geht es überhaupt nicht die wenig Dinge.
What I care about are not the few things,
sondern mir geht es den Raum, der dadurch entsteht.
I don't care so much about the fewer things, about having fewer things, but more about the space that this creates, that minimalism creates. Which is like, isn't that a cool message? Like, I watched this video and I thought like, yeah, I have to share that one. That is cool, because that is such a cool message. Like, the space is just way more important than, how many things you own or don't own. And I would love to hear what you think about that, because I actually believe if you have few things and it creates the same space as with a little more things, what is the important difference then to you? To me, it would be, it would be if there's a little bit clutter in the corners or something like that, because I also don't want that. But clearly, I really don't give a shit about whether it's 5 books or 6 books or 50, as long as they're in a shelf and they're not doing anything,
Je weniger tote Dinge ich habe, desto mehr Raum habe ich für Lebendiges.
The less dead things I have, the more space I have for the living things. Which is also a beautiful message, because, dead things, like, yeah, let me show you. I have this pile of utensils here, and it's behind my desk. And these are my painting utensils. And let me show you a bunch of dead things, yeah, explosives here. No, what is it called? This is it's called golden rain, and it's something that you use on New Year's Day, and you just scratch it, and then it produces golden sparkles, and it's really cute. And I wanted to light those with my kids. So this is clutter. This is clutter. We don't need that. It should not be in here. It should be used up. And but do I really make space for any living thing if I remove those and use them? Not really. Why is that? Because I don't have anything that goes in that space. On the other hand, I really think that if you have more space, just the space itself is amazing. And that goes to the space that I have behind me where I can do yoga. There is so much space that 3 people can do yoga in this room, me, my kid, and my husband, actually, if we want to. And that's just, that's just freedom.
Im Alter von 70 Jahren besitzt Joachim Klöckner nur noch 50 Gegenstände.
At the age of 70, he only owns about 50 things.
Die allesamt in einen Rucksack passen.
And all of them fit in a backpack, Rucksack.
Ja, und mein Tablett lasse ich so rum.
His tablet, he always says his tablet is really important to him. And he also stated in another video, I put the link in the description, you can watch it maybe with the English subtitles if you don't speak German. And he said that, oh, this tablet, you know, it's kind of an expensive thing, but it's just so useful. And, you know, almost like he was apologizing for owning a tablet. And I'm a Fairphone user. I hate Apple products. But I certainly don't judge you if you have an Apple product. I will make fun of you. I will tell you to get something else, but I'm not going to hate on a 70-year-old who likes his tablet. Let the man have his tablet, okay? And by the way, I put on something yellow today because I think it matches the theme, and you will see what I mean in a second.
Das hier, das lieb ich.
This I love, and he shows his spork. You know, every hiker has a spork or had a spork at some point in their life. I actually don't have a spork anymore. I don't eat food that I need a fork for, so I have a long-handled spoon for my hiking, and it was handmade by an artist from Berlin. Yeah, but it's an amazing spoon, and it's super lightweight because I'm an ultralight backpacker. And so, yeah, that totally happened. But when I saw this fork, I was like, dude, that is the ultimate minimalism gadget.
Das ist noch in meinem Rucksack. Es gibt noch T-Shirts, ein Handtuch.
Shirts and a towel.
Ganz wichtig.
One towel. Very important. Very important, he says.
Eine Unterhose.
Underpants.
Das zweite. Ja, und dann
Second one.
und den zweiten Overall.
And a second overall. Sweater.
Und ein paar Söckchen.
And a bunch of socks. Socksies. Yeah, cute. I can't really see what this, is there? Oh no, I think this is something else.
Ein Taschentuch.
Oh, and yeah, hankies or, you know, tissues. So there you can see his belongings. The yellow shoes here, they're pretty cute. And everything is like either yellow or white. And I think in one of his videos he also says that he prefers white because then he can see when it's dirty. And like I have a different method. I just smell my things. So like, does it still smell like I want to, you know, be amongst humans, or is it more like, well, if I have nothing else, I had to go naked and then I would wear it? Well, then it goes in the washing machine.
Ich möchte noch ein paar Stulpen, haben wir das genannt.
And he says he wants a bunch of stockings.
Das sind solche Strümpfe. Manchmal sieht
These kind of socks that you can see
man das bei den Tänzerinnen.
On dancers, you know. He says like female dancers, they always wear these stockings, you know. I would like some of them for winter.
Die so Strümpfe haben. So, das kann sein, dass ich das für diesen Winter mir noch besorge. Alles, das wenige, was ich hatte, in eine Waschmaschine packen kann.
He wants to put everything that he owns in one washing machine, and I don't know why there is a lag, really, I'm sorry for that. That is his goal.
Ohne dass was abfärbt.
Without the, you know, the color going over to another piece of fabric or something, so he has everything in the same colors.
So dass ich immer alles weiß habe. Und es hat mittlerweile so ein, ich behaupte, die Menschen sind freundlicher mit mir.
Joachim.
He says that because of his the white clothes that he wears, he believes that people are more friendly towards him. As in, you know, it's a bright color and bright and friendly color. And actually, when I saw him for the first time, I thought, wow, you look a little bit like a guru, you know, like a spiritual person. All this white stuff reminds me of just, you know, sort of ashram or something you would go and wear something special. I don't know, it just reminded me of that. And but I think for him it's like truly just practical, and he likes these colors and fabrics, and you know that's the shit, you know, that's the minimalism here. And now they will talk a little bit about his past, where he was working as a sustainability advisor. So let's just.
Klöckner ist junger Familienvater, als 1986.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't really remember that, but I was born before that in a Chernobyl explosion
Das
or incident.
Atomkraftwerk Tschernobyl explodiert. Der Maschinenbauingenieur konvertiert.
And he was an engineer, and then he became basically very eco-conscious and changed his whole career, and he became a sustainability advisor. But at some point, I think he lost his job, or this whole eco-conscious thing just got lost, wasn't so interesting anymore, and then he didn't have either. I'm not really sure because the video doesn't say it, but another video implies it. In the end, what is his story is that he kind of ended up with less than $500 per month as his pension, because he never invested much in that, and so he kind of couldn't afford his lifestyle anymore when he was retiring, and then he wanted to live his best life basically, and that is why he got rid of all his things, or most of the things. I mean, it's probably about 59% or something, so it's about all of them. And then basically he started this minimalist life so that he could still afford to travel, to meet people, to enjoy space, have an apartment. I mean, imagine having a small apartment with a lot of things. It's even smaller, and that is why it makes sense what he says, you know, and that is also why I think it makes sense that minimalism, you know, to kind of encourage people from all classes, I don't really like that word, but from all points of financial standing, to try minimalism as something that is not superficial and designed, but as something that is part of how you deal with your life financially, that is part of how you go about what you bring into your life in general, and just enables you to do more of the things that you like. I think that is an important message. That is why I don't get why so many people are like all these snarky minimalists with their nice design and stuff, and here I am, and I couldn't afford to live in a bigger space, and I wanted to, and they live in a smaller space and they want to, and that doesn't take anything from me, but here I am, I'm offended. How can you be offended by that? That does not make any sense.
Daraufhin zum Energieberater für Unternehmen.
Die ganze
Energy Advisor, Sustainability Advisor, that was his job.
Szene, die wurde dann zum Schimpfwort. Also das wurde für Jugendliche, du Öko, wurde als Schimpfwort genutzt.
Yeah, I remember that. He's basically saying how, you eco-friendly person. That was kind of a slur at some point. And actually people have said that to me numerous times, which was so fucking weird.
Und da habe ich gedacht, was soll ich denn jetzt? Um wenig Dinge, sondern es geht um Gutes tun.
And he said important to him is that it's not about having fewer things, it's about doing good, essentially.
Und das fängt bei mir an.
That starts with me.
Bei jedem Menschen.
With every human.
Fängt es erstmal mit sich selbst an.
You start with yourself at first.
An, Gutes für sich zu tun.
To do good stuff for yourself.
Aus dieser Kraft heraus auch Gutes für andere.
And out of this energy you can do good stuff for others.
Tun kann.
And here I'm gonna cut this for the music because he's visiting a friend in Berlin. That's basically the story, and they explain how he can afford to travel and live in an Airbnb and stuff like that.
Rallyes und Eigenheim auf.
Nichts ein, was ich irgendwas von früher vermisse. Nein.
He does not miss anything from his former life.
Das, was ich aber heute vermisse, ist, dass es für mich zum Beispiel Kleidung gibt, Stoffe,
He says he misses certain fabrics.
die sich selbst reinigen.
Fabrics that could maybe clean themselves.
die sich Sommer, Winter an, also
that you can wear in summer and winter that are kind of adapting.
Wärme anpassen, also so mal.
It's an utopian idea, he says, and he kind of has ideas like this. He would like to live in a world that is sort of minimal in a way that it's just possible to have certain things and they're just super versatile. I think that is the message here.
Sind wasserabweisend und mal wie ein kleines Fell, das wärmt.
He says like it should be like once it's like a little fur and then it's water repellent, and yeah, I mean he's an utopian, I guess, and he's a very very positive person from what I can see. So
also solche utopischen Ideen habe ich manchmal, damit ich sage, okay.
And that's it. That's the whole video. So yeah, my thoughts on this. I think it's pretty interesting. I really like, you know, this guy's energy and how he just goes about his problem of not having money in this totally positive way. I think we can all learn from this. We can all learn from this non-attitude, as in this kind of gratitude and just living life without being, you know, lecturing others on what their thoughts should be on minimalism, on privilege, on anything. Guy is just living his life to the best of his abilities, and that is how you should do it, you know. Would I want to own 50 things? Would I appreciate life more with that? I think I didn't have below 50 things, you know, my extreme minimalist days. It was more like I had maybe 70 or 100, something between 120 and 70 things, I guess. And I mean, did I appreciate life more? I wouldn't say so. You know, I still had a lot of work. What I really liked was that I never had to think about what I would wear. You know, that was just super easy. I had my clothes, they were all looking the same. That made it pretty easy. I've always had a problem with shoes and winter clothes because I never had enough of them, and I was always like, oh yeah, in winter I'm cold, and in summer I'm too warm. That were my first world extreme minimalist problems, and I also run into some of them now because I would consider my number of clothes small compared to the average person. So I still run into those problems, but it's not like, it's not super fucking awful. It's really a first world problem. But anyway, can you imagine living from less than 500 bucks, being happy, being content, just living your life, and you're in your 70s and you have to go through such a big change, you know, if you, in Germany, you enter retirement when you are at age 65 or something. Some can work until they're 68, and people who are poor would usually work after that as well. They would try to still, you know, do something like tutor people, collect bottles, help out somewhere, and just make a few extra bucks, you know. And so I assume that if he was an engineer, he was probably retired around age 65, or if he lost his job maybe before that, I don't know. And then he had like 5 years to think about this, and in his 70s, and if he then decided to become a minimalist, you know, that must have been after quite some hardship. Like, good morning. That must have been after quite some hardship and struggle with his things, and, you know, just trying to survive in a not so good place. So I think that's admirable to make a change, a huge change at that age, you know. And I think he is still so youthful. And you know, guys, I want to be 100 years old. I really feel this. I really want to be that person that at a high age does not have more things than now. In fact, when I am old, I want to have less things than now. Way less things, because I think the older you get, the fewer things you need. You just stop needing so much stuff. I see that with my auntie. She's 96, she's gonna be 97 now, and she just doesn't need anything. She even throws away, you know, postcards. I always send her like the most epic artsy postcards, and then one day I found out that she just threw them away. And I was like, well, but I guess that's reasonable. I'm just not gonna pick the most expensive ones from now on, I guess, because you know the gold and glitter and impressionism stuff, you know. But yeah, she was happy about me writing her a postcard for her birthday. She didn't care about whether or not she could put that on her wall, and that's the way I want to be. And so yeah, anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, this video. Don't know if you're watching this now, watching this later. If you did watch to this point here, I want you to post something yellow in the comments section so that everyone else is confused about all the yellow things. Doesn't matter, everything, just not an emoji face, but anything yellow that you can find in the emoji stack. Not faces though, because they don't count. They're the Simpsons. So you post that in the chat, in the comments, please, so I know that you're crazy because you watched until this point. And I hope you're not procrastinating. I hope you're watching this while you're working, do the laundry or something like that. I wish you all a great day. And yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching.